Kathy sent those out, I think, yesterday or close to yesterday. Yesterday, she's nodding. Any changes? Not. Is there a motion to approve? Representative Mon, is there a second? Representative Curtis. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of the motion to approve the minutes, say aye. All opposed, say no. Motion carries. Okay, let's look at Senate Bill 244. I'm not going to have Natalie tell you what it is. You can read what it is. So this is the bill we had. Was that last week? Yeah, last week. This is the bill that the AG had that would allow them to prosecute a crime that takes place in 2 or more counties. Was it Monday? What is today? Is today Wednesday? It was Monday. Yeah. So here's what I'd like to do with that bill. Chairman Owens is agreeable. So we'll see how this plays out. We were going to do this yesterday, but then we went late on the floor. So now we're going to try it again tomorrow. So we're going to have to trust that this process works. The hope will be that we put this in a crime bundle in corrections, either as presented or possibly as amended, the language. So I would like to use Senate Bill 244 to put in the contents of HB 2455, which was the corporate bill that the Secretary of State and the KBA brought to us a few weeks ago. We passed it out of this committee. It's sitting below the line, and it's going to stay there until we either move this out or don't move this out. My hope was we'd put it in a Senate shell since it's so late in session that that's really the only hope we probably have of getting across the line. So would you like Natalie to explain what 2455 is? Or is everybody good? Oh yes. Welcome to the committee. So yes, why don't you give a relatively brief overview? This is our thickest bill we've had. So
thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 2455 would update the Kansas General Corporation Code, the Business Entity Transactions Act, the Business Entity Standard Treatment Act, the Kansas Revised Uniform Limited Partnership Act, and then the Kansas Uniform Partnership Act.
Any questions? No, not each section again. That's why I really want to turn it into a Senate bill, because I don't want to sit through that again next year. Okay, so I'm going to make a motion to remove the contents of Senate Bill 244 and insert the contents of HB 2455. Seconded by Representative Owens. Any discussion? Seeing none. Yes, Representative Carmichael.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I support the concept and the idea here. I just want to make sure that folks understand that by voting this way today is without prejudice to voting very differently should this bill, the original bill, show up in Representative Owens' committee. I would have liked to have defeated it here, but we'll work on it there.
Got it. Okay, if there's no further discussion, I will move my amendment. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries. So now on Senate Bill 244, which contains the contents of House Bill 2455. Is there a motion concerning that? Representative Owens.
I move that we pass out favorably House substitute for Senate Bill 244.
Is there a second? Representative Lewis? You've got a question. Is there a second? Representative Neely. Discussion. Representative Lewis.
I just want to understand. So we just took all the contents of 2455 and put them into an empty shell.
Mm-hmm.
So we essentially just changed the bill number.
So actually 2455 still exists. It's still going to sit below the line, but now Senate Bill 244 mirrors House Bill 2455.
Thank you.
Representative Humphreys.
And then the contents that we took out of 244, does it stay sort of as a number or as a thing that you're going to put into the crime bundle?
No.
Okay. Oh dear, I shouldn't have asked that question.
No, I hadn't quite thought through that order, but we'll have it and be able to explain it. So I'm substituting on the committee tomorrow, so I will be on corrections to be able to talk them through this, and we've got several members on corrections, so hopefully we can all explain to the committee what it is. Okay, any further discussion? Seeing none, Representative Owens, you may close.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And just to add to that, yeah, so part of this is coming about because we simply have not seen a lot of our bills return from the Senate. Matter of fact, not a single one of our corrections or judiciary bills have made it across the Senate floor back to us. So it kind of puts us in a position that if we still want to move our legislation, Representative Lewis, for example, by putting the contents into this bill that has already passed the Senate, we can now run this across our floor and it goes back to the Senate for just a concur, non-concur. And then that allows it more than likely to get into conference for discussion. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I close.
Heard the motion. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries. Carmichael and Heiberger voting yes. Yes.
You anticipate this will then be described as House substitute for SB 244?
Yes.
That wasn't, I apologize. I was busy doing my bill brief. Thank you.
Okay, now let's look at Senate Bill 75, and we will have Natalie give us an overview of that one.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Senate Bill 75 provides a statutory interest rate for prejudgment interest in civil tort actions.
Any questions for Natalie? Any amendments? Not, I have one. We'll have Natalie get that distributed. What this does is it simply sets forth when the changes that we're making in this bill apply. Currently, as written, it just said in all civil tort actions filed under Chapter 60, and then it set forth what the rate would be. I'm inserting in some language that says in all civil tort actions filed on or after July 1st, 2023, just so we're clear. So a court is clear when they start applying this new rate. It's on the screen. And just hit my inbox. I will move my amendment. Is there a second? Representative Smith. Discussion. Representative Humphreys.
Thank you. Was this somewhat what the KTLA had asked for, their amendment, or is it different than what
Their amendment
I'm
was
looking at here?
lengthier. This was one of the things they pointed out.
Okay. Yeah.
And my understanding is the proponents are okay with this change as well.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Not, I will move my amendment. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries. Any further discussion or amendments on Senate Bill 75? Okay, is there a motion concerning 75 as amended? Representative Schreiber.
I move to approve Senate Bill 75 as amended.
Is there a second? Representative Neely? Owens is trying. I can't see him. Discussion. Seeing none. Schreiber, you may close.
I close.
Heard the motion. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries. Carmichael, Heiberger voting yes. Committee, that is it. The only other bill we had left to really even consider working was House Bill 2423, and the Senate dealt with that and dropped it in a House shell. I'm not sure. They tinkered with it a little bit, but it's moving back, and we'll see it in conference. So I don't think there's any reason we need to deal with it over here. That is the litigation. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So that's it. Unless the Senate sends something over in the next couple of days or the speaker gives us additional time on a bill that comes late, we're finished. It's been a pleasure working with you all. When I saw the new roster, I'm like, oh, wow, we've got a bunch of new people. This is going to be a challenge, but we've got really good new people. You've all caught on quickly. We've got a great team up here, even Schreiber.
Shut up.
So I really appreciate it. Great staff, research revisers. You guys are awesome. We serve on obviously other committees, and sometimes I struggle. Not that we don't have great staff on all the committees, but you guys are top notch. So, and Kathy, obviously. Yes, Representative Carmen.
Chair, my recollection is this is the first time in 10 years that I have not been held out of order on at least one occasion by the chair of House Judiciary, and accordingly, I intend to filibuster unless and until such time as you hold me out of order. Would you please do so, sir? Elsewise, I will. Oh, thank you, Mr. Chair. I feel like I'm doing my job.
I was thinking of that the other day. Like, this is the first time we've not like yelled at each other. I mean, we didn't have our show this year. So anyway, well, thanks everybody. Appreciate all the hard work. We are adjourned and we'll see you.